Do you know what the country is where wives may have multiple husbands? Let's explore a country where happiness is valued more than wealth, where crime is so rare that it's almost unheard of, and where you won't find a single beggar or even a traffic light. But what's the reality behind these idyllic descriptions? In this video, we'll uncover the truth about a place where it's culturally acceptable for husbands to love their female neighbors, and where wives may have multiple husbands. Join us as we dive into 10 incredible facts about Bhutan that will leave you astonished. 1. The happiest country. Bhutan, a small Himalayan kingdom, has earned a global reputation as the happiest country in the world. This reputation isn't built on economic wealth, but rather on a unique measure called gross national happiness. Unlike most nations, which gauge progress through gross domestic product, Bhutan measures success through the happiness and well-being of its people. According to a recent survey, over 93% of Bhutan's population considers themselves happy. Despite this, Bhutan ranked 95th out of 137 countries in the World UNHCA Happiness Report. This lower ranking is primarily due to the country's modest economic status, not its lack of contentment. The King of Bhutan has famously declared that gross national happiness is more important than gross domestic product. In Bhutan, free time is cherished, with people engaging in simple pleasures like drinking tea, meditating, chanting, or gathering vegetables. Walnut picking is a rarity, and most Bhutanese follow a primarily vegetarian diet. The people here live by the rhythm of nature, going to bed and rising with the sun, unlike many in other parts of the world who stay up late into the night. Technology takes a back seat in Bhutan. The internet, television, and smartphones are far from even the latest gadgets, like an iPhone 16 Pro Max, would fail to stir excitement among the locals. Another fascinating aspect of Bhutanese life is the way homes are built. Houses are constructed freely, often without locks, using natural materials like rocks from the mountains, walnut wood from the forest, and white clay from the streams. The only item villagers purchase is corrugated iron. Even car ownership is approached with a relaxed attitude, as villagers park their vehicles wherever they please, with theft virtually unheard of. Bhutan is also remarkable for its lack of beggars or homeless individuals. Anyone in need can simply knock on the king's door for help. If someone lacks a home, the king provides land so they can build a house and cultivate their own food. Crime rates in Bhutan are astonishingly low, and the country's commitment to nature is truly extraordinary. In the year 2015, Bhutan set a world record by planting 50,000 trees in just one year. To ensure this focus on happiness endures, Bhutan established a Department of Happiness led by a minister responsible for helping citizens find satisfaction in their lives. So, are you happy? Let us know in the comments below. 2's unique marriage practices. In some regions of Bhutan, traditional relationships differ greatly from the conventional norms seen in many other countries. In a matriarchal society, women have the freedom to engage in relationships with multiple men, often with the brothers of their primary husband. In this setup, the concept of adultery, as it is understood elsewhere, doesn't quite apply. Historically, Bhutanese culture didn't emphasize formal marriage ceremonies. Couples who loved each other simply lived together and raised children without necessarily registering their union. It's worth noting that many of the husbands in these unions were actually brothers. As a woman, marrying the eldest son traditionally meant his brothers would also be considered her husbands. Moreover, when a man marries, he moves into his wife's household, which is a departure from the more widespread patriarchal tradition, where a wife moves into the husband's home. Inheritance, too, reflects the matriarchal nature of Bhutanese society, with daughters, particularly the eldest, receiving the family's wealth and assets, including property and livestock. This practice underscores the high value placed on women within the culture. Furthermore, the law in Bhutan strongly protects women. For instance, if a husband were to interact with his wife in a way that could be considered physically abusive, even something as minor as a light slap, the wife could take legal action that might result in immediate imprisonment for the husband. Divorce in Bhutan is also relatively straightforward. A simple written agreement, signed by both parties and a witness, can dissolve a marriage, including arrangements for child custody and financial support. Despite Bhutan's shift toward monogamy in recent years, some rural areas still adhere to these traditional marital practices. This unique blend of tradition and protection contributes to Bhutan's reputation as one of the happiest countries in the world. However, whether this happiness is as universal as often portrayed is a question worth exploring further. While Bhutan's unique marriage practices reveal a fascinating blend of tradition and matriarchy, the country's approach to everyday life extends far beyond the household into the realm of strict prohibitions that might surprise even the most seasoned traveler. Strict prohibitions. Bhutan, with its unique approach to life, has several intriguing bans that might surprise you. If you're looking for peace and tranquility, don't mess with the local fauna. In Bhutan, it's forbidden to raise animals like chickens, cows, or sheep for meat. If you want meat, it must be imported from neighboring India. This is largely due to the fact that 8 of Bhutan's population practices Buddhism, which is deeply ingrained as the national religion. Many Buddhists in Bhutan take 17 their beliefs seriously, with daily chants and a strict no-kill policy extending even to insects, even bugs. That crawl into your hotel room are safe. Hunting and fishing are also off-limits, with very few exceptions. Bhutan also says a firm no to chemical fertilizers. So if you're after clean, pesticide-free vegetables, this is the place to be. Back in the year 2016, the Bhutanese government banned the import of vegetables from India after finding high levels of chemical residues in items like chili, beans, and cauliflower. The ban on poultry products, including eggs, has been in place since the year 2012, further solidifying Bhutan's commitment to organic living. Bhutan didn't have access to television or the internet until the year 1999. The king lifted the ban, making Bhutan the last country in the world to introduce television. When the first TV sets arrived in June of that year, the people of Thimphu, Bhutan's capital, were mesmerized, with many spending hours glued to the screen, captivated by Indian movies. But with the arrival of television came new challenges. Children started playing outside less, and there were even incidents like a student breaking his arm in a schoolyard fight, mimicking boxing moves seen on TV. To protect public health, Bhutan became the first country in the world to completely ban the sale and smoking of cigarettes in the year 2004. Selling cigarettes in Bhutan could cost you a hefty fine of $1,500. And if you're caught smoking, you could face up to 3 years in prison. In the first year of this law, over 800 people were fined, with nearly half ending up in jail. The first person caught was a monk named Naim Singh, who was found carrying 180 grams of chewing tobacco, sparking outrage across the country. Under pressure from public opinion, the law was slightly amended. Now, a person can purchase up to 300 cigarettes, 50 cigars, or 250 grams of tobacco products from abroad, but only with proper documentation. However, because cigarettes cannot be purchased within Bhutan, they are sold on the black market for as much as $1 per cigarette. It's no wonder that Bhutan reportedly only has one smoker in the entire country, a fact that many Bhutanese wholeheartedly support. Another fascinating regulation is Bhutan's commitment to maintaining at least 60 of its land as forest. Cutting down a tree without special permission can land you in serious trouble. You'll be fined heavily and might even face jail time. To atone for cutting down one tree, you're required to plant 2 saplings in its place. Bhutan's dedication to its environment has earned it the title of the only country in the world with negative carbon emissions. Climbing mountains in Bhutan is also strictly regulated. In the year 1994, the government banned climbing peaks higher than 6,000 meters, and by the year 2003, mountaineering was completely banned. Finally, Bhutan doesn't have any traffic lights. They were removed because the government found them too impersonal. Instead, intersections are regulated by traffic officers who direct vehicles with calm gestures. Instead of harsh warning signs, you'll find philosophical reminders like drive slowly, breathe deeply, love life, encouraging drivers to move at a safe pace while reflecting on life's beauty. Before we continue, I have a 10-second request for all of you. If you can help us out, please hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to us. In return, we promise to keep making the show even better for you. Strange cuisine. Bhutan, where 9 of the dishes feature avocado and chili, is treated as a vegetable, not just a seasoning, whether it's dried, fresh green, red, or even mixed with cheese. Chili peppers are everywhere, making the cuisine in Bhutan spicier than most Western dishes, but less greasy than the food of neighboring China and India. Let's start with sake pie, a dish that combines dried beef, white chili peppers, and radish. What makes this dish unique is that the chili is used whole, not sliced, delivering a fiery punch that's not for the faint-hearted. If you're a fan of salted pork, you might enjoy campa, but be prepared. This dish also packs in plenty of dried chili peppers. Then there's emade, a dish that showcases Bhutan's love for chili peppers. Here, chili is not just an ingredient. It's a way of life. Eaten at every meal, every day, Bhutanese people even dry their chili and mold it into squares, creating a delicacy known as chogo, which can take up to 45 minutes to eat. Rice is a staple in Bhutan, but it's not the fluffy white rice you might be used to. Instead, Bhutanese rice is red and has a distinct texture that can be challenging to the unaccustomed palate. Given that rice farming in Bhutan occurs at an average altitude of over 10,000 feet, it's no wonder the grains are a bit tougher. The country's highest peak, Gankar Punsum, towers at nearly 25,000 feet, making it one of the tallest unclimbed mountains in the world. Tea is another Bhutanese favorite, but it's far from ordinary. In Bhutan, tea is often served with a pinch of salt, pepper, and even a small spoonful of butter. But the surprises don't stop with food. Each adult in Bhutan consumes nearly 9 liters of alcohol per year, well above the global average of just over 6 liters. With more than 5,400 bars scattered throughout the country, Bhutanese people know how to enjoy a drink. However, on Tuesdays, known as Dry Day, the government prohibits the sale of alcohol, giving the nation a brief pause in its spirited consumption. Unique Bhutan costumes. In this country, traditional clothing isn't just reserved for ceremonies. It's a part of everyday life. Men wear the go and women don the kira, with both outfits featuring a large pocket in the front. This isn't just for aesthetics. It's practical too, as it can hold everything from a mobile phone to small personal items. If you visit Bhutan, you'll notice that all male tour guides wear the go, and when they enter fortresses, they must also don a white scarf. This isn't just a fashion statement, it's a requirement. Bhutanese people wear their traditional clothes to work, to temples, in offices, and during formal events. For government employees, this attire is even more strictly enforced. In Bhutan, traditional clothing is so ingrained in the culture that even school children wear it daily. And here's something you might find surprising. Bhutan is one of the few places where you'll still see men wearing what might look like skirts, but are actually gos. Social status in Bhutan is also reflected in what you wear, particularly the color of the scarf draped over the left shoulder. For instance, a white scarf signifies a commoner, while a yellow scarf is reserved for nobles and monks. This unique blend of tradition, practicality, and cultural pride makes Bhutan's way of life truly fascinating and unlike anywhere else in the world. Just as Bhutan's traditional costumes reflect a deep connection to cultural identity and social status, the country's living conditions and economy reveal a fascinating contrast between simplicity and survival, offering a glimpse into a way of life that challenges modern expectations. SERP's living conditions and economy. Bhutan's economy may be modest, with the average annual income for a Bhutanese person being just around $1,400. To put that in perspective, this is about 1/3 of what the average person earns in Vietnam. The unemployment rate among Bhutanese youth hovers close to 30, and around 1 in every 8 people lives below the poverty line. Interestingly, the Bhutanese lifestyle does not revolve around the constant grind of work. Many people here work only enough to meet their basic needs and make occasional trips to the local market. What might surprise you even more is that half of the male population in Bhutan are monks residing in monasteries. Their daily routines involve tasks like cleaning, praying, and pouring holy water for both local devotees and international visitors. It's no wonder you won't find global giants like McDonald's or Starbucks in Bhutan. The country's unique way of life extends to its banking system too. Bhutan does not have online banking services. Customers must visit the bank in person for any transactions. Additionally, Bhutan maintains only 3 embassies in its capital, Thimphu, relying heavily on India for international diplomatic relations. The Bhutanese currency, the Ngultrum, is tied to the Indian rupee, emphasizing the close economic ties between the two nations. This intriguing mix of ancient traditions and modern-day simplicity is what makes Bhutan a truly unique destination that captivates the world's imagination. The origins of phallus worship. In Bhutan, the origins of phallus worship date back to the 15th century and the teachings of a monk named Drukpa Kunli, who is famously known as the Divine Madman. Drukpa Kunli was anything but conventional. His teachings often used sexual themes and irreverent humor to challenge the strict religious norms of his time. He introduced the phallus as a symbol of fertility, protection, and a way to subvert societal expectations. Over time, this symbol became deeply rooted in Bhutanese culture, so that are now seen everywhere, painted on homes, carved into wooden sculptures, and even incorporated into religious ceremonies. What truly fascinates visitors is the striking contrast between the boldly sexual nature of these symbols and Bhutan's reputation as a modest and deeply spiritual society. These aren't just crude or simple drawings. They are often intricately decorated, sometimes depicted in the act of ejaculation, and can be found alongside images of dragons and other mythical beings. These symbols are believed to protect against evil spirits, bring good luck, and promote fertility. For tourists, this widespread acceptance and the seamless integration of such symbols into everyday Bhutanese life offer a unique and surprising window into the country's culture. One of the most popular tourist attractions is the Chimi Lakong Temple, also known as the Fertility Temple. Here, symbols made from stone, bamboo, and ivory are used in rituals to help couples struggling to conceive. The temple draws thousands of visitors each year, all eager to learn about the cultural and spiritual significance behind this unusual practice. Does your country have any special beliefs or customs? Please comment below so everyone knows. 8. The land of festivals. Bhutan's unique traditions and vibrant festivals are unlike anything you'll find elsewhere. During a wedding in Bhutan, monks chant ancient mantras, forging a deep spiritual bond between the couple. But there's also a ritual known as the forest ceremony, where beer is offered to the gods. Once the sacred rituals are complete, the newlyweds share the remaining beer with their guests, marking the official start of their married life. Now let's talk about Bhutan's national sport, archery. But this isn't your standard Olympic archery. In Bhutan, two teams face off, shooting arrows toward each other's targets while the atmosphere is alive with food, drink, singing, and dance. The wives and fans of the archers have a playful role too. They try to distract the opposing team by teasing them, often with a beer in hand. When it comes to festivals, Bhutan takes things to a whole new level of color and meaning. The New Year kicks off with a festival called llus, where dancing is a central theme. During this festival, a special tray of dough balls with hidden fillings predicts your fortune for the year. If you find a chili, you're in for a talkative year. If it's something white, like salt or rice, it signifies kindness. But if you come across black coal, it's a sign your heart might need some healing. Equally captivating is the Jomulhari Mountain Festival. At the stroke of midnight, a group of male dancers emerges, wearing nothing but masks and loincloths. They perform a traditional dance believed to ward off evil spirits. And then there's the Tisechu Festival, where the cham dance takes center stage. Performed exclusively by men, this dance tells stories of morality and life, serving as a moving form of meditation for both the dancers and the audience. While Bhutan's vibrant festivals offer a window into its rich cultural tapestry, where tradition and spirituality come alive. The Black-Necked Crane Festival takes this connection a step further, intertwining cultural heritage with a profound dedication to environmental conservation that sets Bhutan apart on the global stage. Festivals are special things that show the culture of each country. If you visit a country during a festival, you will understand a lot more about the culture of the people of that land. What do you think of the festival in Bhutan? If you find it interesting, please comment number 9. The Black-Necked Crane Festival. One of the most remarkable events in Bhutan that has captivated global attention is the Black-Necked Crane Festival. This annual celebration, held on November 11th in the serene Phobjika Valley, stands out not just for its cultural significance, but for its deep-rooted commitment to environmental conservation. The festival is timed to coincide with the arrival of the endangered black-necked cranes, which migrate from the vast Tibetan plateau to spend the winter months in Bhutan. What truly astonishes visitors is how seamlessly this festival weaves together spirituality, cultural heritage, and ecological awareness. In Bhutanese culture, these majestic cranes are not just seen as vital to the ecosystem. They are also revered as spiritual entities. Local traditions suggest that these birds embody the spirits of ancestors returning to bless the land, adding a layer of profound spiritual significance to the event. The festival is marked by a series of traditional performances, most notably the crane dance, where dancers beautifully mimic the elegant movements of the cranes. The celebration also features mask dances and songs that convey Buddhist teachings and local stories connected to cranes. These performances go beyond mere entertainment. They serve a crucial role in educating people about the urgent need to protect the natural habitats of these endangered birds, which face growing threats from human activity. In Bhutan, the Black-Necked Crane Festival is more than just a spectacle. It is a powerful statement about the nation's commitment to preserving both its cultural heritage and the environment, a lesson the rest of the world could learn from. Monastic retreats of 3 years, 3 months, and 3 days. In the mystical kingdom of Bhutan, there's a spiritual practice so intense and unique that it has captured the fascination of the entire world, dedicating not just days or months, but a full 3 years, 3 months, and 3 days to a monastic retreat known as llus in Bhutanese Buddhism. This extraordinary commitment involves deep meditation, rigorous spiritual study, and complete isolation from the outside world. This tradition is rooted in the Drukpa, Kaiju, and 9 schools of Buddhism and is a profound demonstration of the pursuit of enlightenment. The number 3 holds deep spiritual significance in Buddhism, symbolizing various sacred principles. For more than 1170 days, participants engage in an inner journey that requires an almost unimaginable level of dedication and discipline. Only a few hundred monks and nuns in Bhutan embark on these retreats at any given time, highlighting just how rare and demanding this path is. For many, especially in the West, this practice is a source of both admiration and amazement. It starkly contrasts with modern life, where productivity and social interaction often take center stage. These retreats offer a rare and profound insight into a way of life that values inner growth far above worldly achievements, challenging our conventional understanding of time and purpose. How to travel to Bhutan on a budget. Traveling to Bhutan is often considered expensive due to the mandatory daily tourist fee. But with some smart planning, you can experience this stunning kingdom without breaking the bank. First, consider visiting during the off-peak season, typically between December and February or June and August. During these months, Bhutan offers a discount on the daily tourist fee, which can significantly lower your overall costs. Another way to save is by joining a group tour, as the cost per person decreases when traveling in groups of 3 or more. Opt for mid-range accommodation instead of luxury hotels, as Bhutan has a wide range of clean, comfortable guest houses that offer authentic experiences without the high price tag. Meals are often included in the daily fee, but if not, stick to local restaurants where traditional Bhutanese dishes like ima, dachi, tillies, and cheese are both delicious and affordable. Finally, look for travel agencies that specialize in budget-friendly tours, as they can often arrange packages that include accommodation, meals, and transportation at a lower price. With careful planning, Bhutan can be an accessible and unforgettable destination for any traveler. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that's appearing on your screen right now. I'm sure you'll love the content. Comment below on the next country you'd like to see featured on our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.